Hey, what's up YouTube? Magenta Gadget, and I'd like to wish you guys a happy Dark Tuesday. That's my cheesy way of expressing that today is the Tuesday that the Dark World deck came out. I'm going to do a quick review of the Dark World deck, but I reserved them at my local, and I'm 150 miles away from my local right now at school, so I don't have the decks in my hand. So we're going to go with the spoiler list from the Wikia, and if this is incorrect, you guys should really correct me on this after I post this, and I apologize if this is not the correct deck list. So without further ado, let's dig through it. What do we got in this deck? Well, we have Grapha. He's a pretty amazing card if you guys don't know what he does. When he's discarded to the graveyard, you destroy a card on the field, and you can return a Dark World monster from your field to your hand to special summon him from your graveyard. And he's got a graveyard effect too. If it was your opponent's card effect, look at a random card in your opponent's hand. If it's a monster, special summon it to your field. You guys know what this does, but it's one of the new cards, so it's pretty amazing. Grapha's kind of the heart of Dark World. Then you got Snow, which is your searcher card, 1700 attack, 4-star. When it's discarded, you can search your deck for a Dark World monster, and if it was your opponent's card effect, you can special summon a monster from your opponent's your opponent's graveyard to your field. It's a little confusing. Keep everything straight with the opponent's card effects, because those don't happen very often, that your opponent actually discards one of the cards to the graveyard. And now we're having computer difficulties. There we go. And then the other foil card in the deck is Celery, Guru of Dark World, which I don't even remember what he does. This card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect. Special summon it to your opponent's side of the field in defense mode, and when it's special summoned by the effect of a Dark World card, your opponent must discard one card. So I'm assuming the way that works is when you special summon it to your opponent's field, you get to discard a card, and that'll be your opponent's card effect then, which is pretty cool, but I doubt it'll see a ton of play. Maybe. We'll see. Then they got Zure and Renge, which are the vanilla monsters. One's got 1800 attack, one's got 2100 D. Scar is the recruiter monster. When he's killed in battle, he special summon a 4-star lower Dark World. Khaki and Gren are destroy monsters and destroy spells and traps. Brow, this is a really good reprint. Not just Dark World decks played Brow. Combo decks in traditional format, lots of OTKs play Brow. It's good to have a more easy access version of Brow. He's not that expensive of a card, but now it's easier to find him again. Beige, I've seen a lot of people teching Beige, but we'll see this coming weekend what Dark World is really made of. Beige is just when you discard him, you special summon him. Bron is something else I've been hearing some people talking about teching, because he's another discard outlet for your monsters, and he's a beater that you can bounce for Grapha. Silva and Gold, you guys know what they do, to strip your opponent's hand and destroy cards on their field. Rainbow, it's a pretty good card. It has to be discarded by your opponent to get going, so I don't know that it'll see a lot of play, but it is a common now. Belil is just a secret rare reprint. You can't target anything but him for attacks and stuff. Next we have two very decent cards. One's been reprinted a couple times, Sangan, and the other one is Tragodia. Kind of surprised that Tragodia is in here, so if it's not actually in real life, I'm sorry I'm gushing about it, but if it is, it's a good reprint. Lots of people need Tragodia. Its price went way up when it got unlimited to 2, and this is a new easy access place for people to get it. Newdoria, Goblin King, Grave Squirmer, Card Guard. I think those are all just kind of filler. They're fiends. They do different things when they're sent to the graveyard, and Goblin King gets more powerful, but I don't think any of this will really see a lot of competitive play for Dark World. And Battle Fader, which is something that's been reprinted before, but kind of, I mean, a common reprint. It's nice to have, so that you don't have to go overspend on Battle Faders. But yeah, those are the monsters. Gates of Dark World, this is the field spell. This is brand new. This is pretty amazing. This kind of another piece of the puzzle for them. In addition to Grapha, all your fiends gain 300 attack and defense, and once per turn you can remove from play a fiend in your graveyard, discard a fiend, and draw a card. So if you go remove from play Tour Guide or something, discard Grapha, destroy a card in their field, and draw a card. Or discard Brow and draw 2 cards. It's pretty crazy, and it's a field spell, so... Then Dark World Lightning, destroy a face-down card, discard a card. Gateway to Dark World is, I believe, the Monster Reborn type idea. Yeah, you can't summon other monsters, but you can special summon a Dark World from your graveyard. It's okay. I don't know if it's going to see a lot of play, but we'll see. Dark World Dealings, this is another one like Brow. Really good to have reprinted. Lots of combo decks and stuff play it, and kind of needed a reprint, so it's cool to have. I doubt a lot of people will play it just because of the risks in the mirror match of Dark World, but we'll see if Dark World is even that popular. Allure, it's been reprinted before. It's good for the deck. Card Destruction, I don't know if a lot of people are going to play it because, again, the risk of mirror matches, but really good card for the deck. Terraforming, to go search the field. Some people are playing it, some people aren't, that I've seen, especially with Snow being able to search a Dark World card, and that includes the gates. So we'll see where that goes. Dark Eruption, and Dark Eruption is a spell. I don't know if that's very good, but it's something else to get reprinted again. Dark Scheme, I believe, is one of the new cards. Yes, new scheme. Dark Scheme is a new card. Your opponent can discard one card to negate this card's effect. Otherwise, both players discard 2 and draw 2, which is pretty cool because it's not a cost to discard, so you get all your shenanigans off when you discard the 2 cards. We'll see if that card gets played at all. Then we have the Forces of Darkness, which is old, I remember. Select 2 Dark Worlds in your graveyard, add them to your hand. I don't know if that's going to see a lot of play, but it's a Dark World reprint. Deck Dev and Eradicator, the 2 legal viruses. That's really good to have those around again, even though they're not necessarily expensive cards. I think Deck Dev is going to see a lot of play for Dark World because it'll absolutely murder plants, and because a lot of their monsters are very small. And Eradicator is pretty cool too because Grapha gets huge, and or comes out huge and gets even huger with the field spell. And with the field spell, Gold and Silva become Eradicator targets, so if you know your opponent's playing a spell-heavy deck, you can really knock them off. Then we got, Mind Crush, which is just a good reprint. Same with Transmigration Prophecy. I think a lot of people are going to be side decking that now. Escape from the Dark Dimension to combo with the Gates. I don't know if a lot of people are going to play it, but we'll see. Another reprint. Dark Bribe. It's good to see that reprinted. It doesn't really need it, but it was nice to have. And then the last one is Dark Deal. This is a tech card that a lot of people have been hotly debating about this deck, whether or not you should use it. I don't know what my personal opinion of it is. It's pretty good, especially if you're playing a back row heavy Dark World deck, I suppose. When your opponent activates a normal spell, you pay 1,000 life points, and it becomes the effect of the spell becomes your opponent discards 1 card. So, a random card. So if you set your entire hand and your opponent goes Heavy Storm, you change that into discard my last card, which is probably Grapha, and then it becomes your opponent's card effect, and you go crazy on them. But that's a very situational card, so we'll see where that goes. But overall, a really good deck, I think. Good value for $10, especially with all those cool reprints like I was telling you about. Brow, Tragodia, Dark World Dealings, Mind Crush, Dark Bribe. And obviously a competitive deck at least. I don't know about if it's going to be Tier 1, Tier 0, Tier 2, or not good at all, but it's definitely playable. I doubt it'll be bad. But I want you guys to comment below what you think of the deck, and I'll be picking mine up soon, and we'll see what happens with it at Columbus. So maybe give your bold predictions of what's going to happen with Dark World at Columbus down below in the comments. And we will talk to you soon. Peace out, YouTube.